everyone, this is Amanda at Amanda's Booktopia. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. And today we're going to go over my September TBR. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a TBR video, actually. For a while, I was thinking I might not do one and just skip doing a TBR. But everyone says that you can still do a TBR and just not stick to it if you don't want to. So you know what? I decided why the heck not. So we're going to do a TBR video. And I wasn't going to originally do my penguin card deck, but I decided to use them anyway, just for the fun of it. Because I might be able to fit a lot of these books that I plan on reading into the cards. So that could possibly work. And if you don't know what this deck of prompt cards that I have, I call it the penguin deck. Because originally when I first started doing my channel, I was using the Don't Break the Ice game. If you don't know what that game is, normally you would use like a little hammer to hammer out the ice, and the goal is to not let the penguin fall through. And usually if the penguin fell through, you lose. Or in my case, my fiance Ray gets to pick the book. So I decided to make a deck out of it to represent the game. And there are cards that say penguin. If I get a penguin card, my fiance Ray gets to choose a book for me, and it could be anything. Now, it doesn't have to be something that I already own. It could be literally any book. So, if it comes to that, Ray will have to pick something. I'm hoping that will not happen. Because I have quite a few books I have listed here. I'm planning on reading in September. 2 books I've already read. And today is almost the end of the day on the 2nd. And then there's another one that I attempted to read but DNF'd. So technically 3 are already off the list, so I will not have to count those. But I will tell you what those were. So we had One and Only by Carla Sorensen, which was a Sweeney Reader's pick that I already read. I also already read Goldfinch by Raven Kennedy, so I finished the series. And the one that I DNF'd was When No One Was Watching, or When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. I DNF'd that literally at 50%. So those are already knocked off the list, and we do not have to include it in this video. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to shuffle up these cards. I don't know if they're mixed well enough. So I'm going to mix these up a little bit. I know I have other cards roaming about somewhere in this room, but I'm not going to worry about those right now and just worry about the cards that I have here. I have enough cards. I think it's going to be fine. And then we'll have Alexa pick how many we're picking. But don't worry, I'm going to limit it this time. And how many we're actually going to pick. So I want to be able to do some mood reading here and there. So I have ideas for vlogs that I want to do. So I don't want to have to read too much and not have time for those vlogs that I want to do. So Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 12.
Here's a number between 1 and 12. It's 11.
11. Last time it was 12. But I think we have 11 books on my list that I haven't read yet that we can still get to. So it should be okay, I think. Hopefully I can fit them into all the cards that we book. So we're picking 11. Alright, so number 1 is a title that is written in cursive. You think this looks like it? Slaying the Shadow Prince kind of looks like there's a little bit of cursive. I think there is. I think I'm going to count this. Because a lot of the words, or not the words, some of the letters look like they're like veering into cursive range. Kind of like this W, this N, this L. So I think we're going to go for it and use this as cursive font. And Slaying the Shadow Prince is part of a Legends of Thesmar read-along that I'm doing with some friends. Technically, I am already reading the first book of the Legends of Thesmar, the series. I read it for the first time last year. which was Blood and Steel is the first one. I just started my reread today on it, which is why I have it open like this. But with the order that we're going with, we're reading this one after Blood and Steel. So I'm going to count this as a book with cursive font. All right. So that's book number 1. Let's see what we get for book number 2. And we have a hardcover. Okay, I got 2 options for this sitting right here. So I think I'm going to go with... We're going to go with Silver Cloak for this one by L.K. Stevens. And this is a very, very, very anticipated read for me. I am buddy reading this from Honest Fiction, and I'm very excited to read it. So this works perfect for hardcover. And all I know that is Harry Potter meets Mafia. And I'm like, I am so excited for this. I might have to read this very soon. I am that excited. So that is book number 2. And we're going to hit for book number 3. So far, the cards are working in my favor today. And we have, oh no, published before 2017. Ooh, here's the one that came out in... Oh, it has to be before 2017. Darn it, this one came out on 2017. Man, so it has to be before that? Oh man, this one's hard. Yeah, that's 2020. That's not gonna work. That's 2024. Why did I have to do this prompt? That's 2025. 2023. 2019. Nope, that's 2024. Why did I have to do this to myself? I don't think I have anything. I might have to veto this one. I swear, if I don't find something, I am vetoing this card. This is 2018. You know what? We're going to veto this prompt. Because I seriously cannot find anything published before 2017. I might have something from a Nora Roberts book, but honestly, all those ones I've already read it. So you know what? We are skipping this prompt because I cannot find a darn thing that works for this that I want to read this month. So we're skipping that. So we're going to pick book 3 all over again. So let's try something else. Let's go with this one. Ooh, I like this. I have a U pick. So basically that's a free pick. I like it. You know what? I'm going to go with our Fiction Falls book for the month of September and go with When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. But I already plan on reading this anyways. So I'm going to use this as a U pick. I love this card. That was book number 3. Now we're playing for book number 4. And we have published in 2020. Really? Why do I write these prompts based on years? I don't know what is wrong with me. Ooh. Okay, I have one that was published in 2020. It came out July 28th of 2020, and it is on my list to read for September. So we are going to go with His and Hers by Alice Feeney. This is a buddy read that I'm doing with me, my bestie Clint, my bestie Karina, and my bestie Dana. We're trying to read her backlist before the end of the year because she has a new book coming out in January. We decided for the last few months we're gonna try and knock out what else we have of hers to read. So we're gonna go with His and Hers by Alice Feeney for the prompt of published in 2020. So we got something, and I already have it borrowed out on KU and ready to go. So it works. So that is book number 4 down. Time for book number 5. Let's go with this. An author with initials. Okay. Oh, okay, we have something. Actually, a couple of somethings. Okay, I got 3. So we have 3 options for this. I have 3 books out from K.M. Moranova. I have Once Upon a Demon's Heart, The Fabric of Our Souls, and Leave Me Behind. And we also have Court of Ice and Ash by L.J. Andrews. However, L.J., I'm not sure if that's actually really an initial, because there's no punctuation. So maybe I'm stretching that a little bit too much. Then we also have The Exorcism of Fairies by J.L. Vampa, also out on KU. So really, I'm deciding between The Exorcism of Fairies or any of my K.M. Warrenova books. I've heard great things about both authors. I know my besties love The Fabric of Our Souls. So I think I'm going to go with The Fabric of Our Souls on this one. By K.M. Warrenova for author with initials. So we're going to do that. So let me write this down before I forget. All right, so that is book number 5 that we just chose. So now it's trying to pick book number 6. And please, for the love of God, do not give me a prompt or I was to pick a book from a year again. We have finished a series. Okay. I think I can do this. Do I have anything here with me where I can finish the series? Technically, I could have if I hadn't already read it. You know what? I think I'm going to bite the bullet and finally do it. Because I have not finished this particular series yet. And it's the last book in the series, and I have not read it yet. I've been putting it off for way too long. I might as well finish it. I'm getting her new book from Book of the Month. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and read A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garben. So I can finish the series finally. I need to finish that series. So I'm getting her new book from Book of the Month. So I think we're going to add on A Curse for True Love. It's been so intimidating, but I need to finish the series. So we're adding on A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber to this list. Okay, so we're finally finishing that series. So that is 6 books. Let's go for book number 7. And hopefully we can fit the rest of our books in. Okay, we have a booktube rec. Okay, I think for booktube rec, we're gonna go with City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. There are so many booktube channels I've watched that love this book and this series. So I think I'm gonna go with that. And go with City of Gods and Monsters. So this is already on my list. I plan on reading it for a read along for Just Honest Fiction's Patreon. So we're starting a new series, and City of Gods and Monsters is perfect for a booktube rec because almost everywhere I turn, another booktube channel that I watch, they're talking about the series. So we're gonna go with that. So we now have 7 books chosen. Let's go with book number 8. We have a book with royalty. Well, there's a court, so there's got to be royalty in this court. Okay, so I think I know what I'm going to do for this one. We are going with, for a book with royalty, Empire of Flame and Thorns by Marion Blackwood. It says there's a Sealy court, so I assume in this court there's got to be royalty. And I'm reading this for Just Honest Fiction's Patreon as well. It was a book that we all chose together. And there's trials. And I love a good trial book. And there's enemies to lovers. And a dragon commander. And a Fey rebel. So, I'm down. I mean, there's a Sealy court, so there has to be royalty in this book. So I'm going to go with that for this one. So for a book with royalty, we have Empire of Flame and Thorn. 6, 8, 8. All right, that is 8 books chosen. Now for book number 9. We're getting close to the end. And hopefully we can fit the last couple more books in that I haven't gotten to yet. Ooh, Sprayed Edges. That's a good prompt. However, I don't know if any of the books I have left on this list have spread edges. I could have if I hadn't already chosen. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch this out. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We're gonna switch it out. So the book I chose for the hardcover prompts. Whoa, I got book sliding. So I chose this for the hardcover prompt, Silver Cloak, but it has sprayed edges, and I have another hardback that I haven't selected yet. So I think I'm gonna switch out the prompts. So I'm gonna use this one for sprayed edges instead. And in its place, for the other hardcover, I'm going to go with another buddy read that I have, which is a book of Lost Hours by Haley Gelfuso, and buddy reading with Sylvia from Library Unbounded. So we're going to make this a hardcover prompt instead. So we were still able to get our books in. We just switched the prompts around. That is 9 books, I believe. We only need to pull 2 more. And hopefully we could fit my last physical reading or anything from my list. Go with this one. Book with a color in the title. Okay, book with a color in the title. Oh, okay, we do have something on my KU list that I already have out. So for color in the title, we are going to go with The Black Witch by Laurie Forrest. This is the first of the Witch Chronicles. And I've been wanting to read this for so long. It's been on my wish list for a really long time. I literally know nothing except that they're witches. So I'm actually kind of excited for this. I think it's going to be a fun read. So we have The Black Witch by Laurie Forrest for a color in the title. All right, so that was book 10. We only have to pull 1 more card. I only have 1 more physical book that I haven't been able to fit into a prompt yet. So hopefully, this last prompt, I could fit it. Or one of the other books on my list. This one's a good one. We have published in 2023. What did this one say when I looked at it the last time? Let me look. This is 2022. Darn it. What do I have on my list that might have came out in 2023? Yes! I found one. It was published in 2023, and I plan on listening to this on audio. The Adventures of Amina El-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. I've heard nothing but great things about this book. And I've heard the audio is even better. So I'll be borrowing the audio off of Hoopla to read for this prompt. So Adventures of Amina El-Sarafi is what we're choosing for published in 2023. All right. That is all 11 books that we have chosen, but we still have more that we still need to talk about. So, besides the ones I've already mentioned, for the Thrilling Romance Book Club run by Katie from Katie Reads and Paige from Paige's Open Book, we are reading a thriller this month. They switch between romance and thrillers every month. For this one, we're going to read Look Closer by David Ellis. I know it's a domestic thriller, and that's all I know. But I did see R.L. Stine blurbed it on the back, and I really enjoyed a lot of R.L. Stine's books. I used to read the Goosebumps books. I loved the Fear Street books. So I am so excited to get this on my TBR. And I think that's the last physical book that I have that I plan on reading. Let me see if I have anything else that I have not yet talked about. I talked about Blood and Steel, The Slaying of the Shadow Prince. And it seems to be everything. So Look Closer was the last book that I didn't get a chance to talk about yet. So that is all the books I will be reading in the month of September. Good thing I've already read 2 of the books and DNF'd one, so I'm not as stressed. Because I was able to fit a lot of these into my September TBR. So we only technically added on 3 extra books. So besides the ones I've already read, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So besides the ones I've already read, I only have 13 more to read for the month of September. I think that's doable, as long as I don't fall into another slump. That would be horrendous. So let me lift up all my physical copies that I have that I plan on reading. And you can see those. All of these, along with Blood and Steel, which I have open over there, are the physical ones. Then we have 1 audio and a bunch of ebooks. And I have a physical copy of one of the extras that we pulled. I just didn't feel like getting up. So we're going to have a lot of books in our hands for September. But I think 13 is reasonable since I already technically read 3. So I think I got this in the bag. I'm hoping I could actually read them all this time around. So we'll see how it goes. So thank you all for watching my September TBR. I hope you enjoyed the craziness of it. If you did, give me a huge thumbs up. If you got this far into the video and you don't feel like being chatty, why don't you leave me a dragon for when the moon hatch? And thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to stick around for more bookish content, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you all in the next one.